Okay, everyone, let's do it. This is how you can ID specifically who is landing on your website, enrich them to find the relevant people, and then all the people you care about, the information you care about, and then push that to Slack. So your lead gen team, maybe that's you, can act on this intent data. So let's go. I'm going to show you an example with Vector. You can also use RB2B, Squid. I think Warmly also has this feature. Anyway, bunch of tools I'm going to show you with Vector. So we want to see specifically who is going on the high intent pages of our website. I'm not talking about like, oh, this account. No, we want to know specifically who. So we would go to Vector. Let me show you this. This is Vector. And I've got this set up, so you just add the script to the header of your website or Google Tag Manager. Super simple. But then you start running it and you start collecting this data. So you can see here, these are all the people who have landed on the Bibliu site. I've got it set up here to go on all pages. Don't do that. I just did that for this example. Put it on the high intent pages, otherwise you're going to burn through your credits. So what you do, each of these is then called a segment. So this is a segment for, this is a segment of visitors. In this case, this is just all traffic to the Bibliu site. So we've got a trigger here, all site visitors. We want to de-anonymize all site visitors. What you'll then be asked here is, it'll basically create an estimate. If you see a little play box here, click run, it'll create an estimate. What I then do, that's effectively taking this data in here, and you can see a lot of this I don't care about. A lot of this, some of it I do care about. So if we were to click through and go to here you go, here's a university, I care about that. Research assistant though, perhaps a less relevant role. So anyway, I'm collecting all this information. What I then want to do is send that to Clay. So you add an action, and that action here is to send to Clay. Great. So you set up the webhook, and I can show you how you do that. So what you then want to do is go to Clay and create a table with a webhook. The webhook here is Vector. I can go into this specifically in more detail, but the docs on Vector are pretty clear on how to set it up. So what's then happening is, each of these people are being collected every half hour. They're being pushed into Clay, and what I've got here is from Vector, we are collecting all of this information. Okay, cool. So I want to take some of those fields. For example, this person here, institution. I mean, we sell to colleges and universities, but it could be called company. Their company domain and their title. Great. What I then do is use Claygen. Remember, use your OpenAI API. Don't be paying full price for Claygen in the form of credits, to categorize these. And this is just like you would write a prompt. So here we go. Here's my classification. You can see here, Barnes & Noble is a competitor. So I would class them as which? A competitor. And you can run multiple different enrichments here. Some of this you may want to fetch from your CRM, fetch it from another table. You're not going to be running duplicative processes, but the first thing is to just set this up so you can see what you're trying to do here and play around with it. So we now know who's landing on our website. We can enrich them with the relevant information and categorize them. And now the people that you care about from the relevant companies and with the relevant titles, you're probably going to want another column here that has customer in, etc., checking whether they're a customer or a prospect, whether you're currently working with them or engaged with them. We're then going to take the people we do care about and we're going to send a message to a Slack channel. So what that looks like is basically I have a Slack channel with go-to-market signals, and I send the relevant information across to that, so we can then act on it. Basically, what this is helping you do is if you're doing outbound to an account and you see activity from a target account on a high intent page, I would recommend picking up the phone. It's actually, I want to implement a lag on this, so I don't do it that same day. It's kind of creepy, right? Someone lands on your website, you call them immediately. Now, leave it a couple of days and then give them a call. There's a load more you can do with this, but hopefully this is a good point to get you started. This is how you go. So you go vector, attach it to your site using Google Tag Manager or in the header script. That's then collecting the specific users that land on your site. Take that information, push it into a clay table, enrich it, and then push the people you really care about to Slack so your go-to-market team can act on it. And that is how you can connect vector to clay to Slack at a high level. We can go into far more detail than this, but get started.